Well, this is my favorite tire place called Best Tire, B-A-S-T, Best Tire, Waterloo. So we are 31 kilometers away from my yard, and these guys have normally they only work with cars and pickup trucks, but heavy truck alignment is like that bay 8 where the guy is standing, like this bay over here. And so they do sell commercial tires and do heavy alignment. And so what I did, I dropped off the truck yesterday and I told them, see, like super singles, right? I have them on the first 2 axles, and I said, don't just change the front axle, just take the worst ones and then replace them with the new ones and put them on the front. And look at this beauty. So this is Hankook 20 ply. Where's the size? I think it's should be 425. Yeah, you see over here. 425, 65, 22.5, 20 ply. Very good tire. It's called AM15. And so I think that's the one that's the new one that I purchased before, right? And so that's why I told them. I said, you see, like they had to, I don't know why they had to redo it. I told them just move the wheels, but it looks like they had to open it here. So now I have pretty much only one bad tire. I think this tire is 4 years old. So now, of course, I should have changed that one as well. I don't know, but you know, this is the lift axle, right? I don't use it that often, and so usually I keep rotating them here. And so probably I'll rotate these, I don't know, maybe 6 months after. But now these are, I like these ones. But you know, overall, right? People are saying that these big tires are bad, but anyway, I need them in Ontario, where I'm located in Ontario, Canada. Ontario, Canada goes by the kilograms per 1 millimeter of the tire. And so even these tires, 425 millimeter, right? That's how wide they are in millimeters. I only get, what is it, 425 times 11 kilos. And so if I use a smaller tire, like what everybody says, oh, you don't need such a big tire, you need like 385, you know, that's just BS. We only use 385s because you don't know any better, or you live in a different jurisdiction where maybe they give you more per tire width, right? Like for example, this tire would not make sense in Alberta, for example, because Alberta, max you can get on the steer axle is 16,000 pounds. Okay, 16,000. You can put a 445 millimeter tire in there, they will never give you more than 16. But in Ontario, if I had a 445 millimeter, you know, like bigger tire, that would allow me more weight. But unfortunately, I don't need that. That would be an overkill. But this truck has a 20,000 pound steer axle, right? And so when we were building this truck on paper, we selected, you know, your tires must match your axle. And by the way, that's very important because salespeople don't know this, right? So you need to make sure that in your jurisdiction, in your state, the tire is wide enough to support that axle rating. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money, right? Because the sales guy that's selling you the truck, you know, let's say, assuming you're building a brand new truck on paper, right, the specs, and they'll say, okay, you don't need 20,000 pound axle, let's go with 18, you know, it's lighter, cheaper, I can save you a couple of bucks. And then he gives you a tire that's only good for 16,000 pounds, so now why are you getting 18,000 pound axle, you know, or, you know, stuff like that. So basically, very important that your jurisdiction allows enough weight, or not even your jurisdiction, but where you plan to run a lot, right? So my primary area of expertise, so to speak, is U.S., right? Like especially nearby U.S. states. I know rules in PA, New York, you know, New Jersey, Maryland. Well, I hate Maryland, you know. Which reminds me, right? Like Friday is the court. April 1st, All Fool's Day. Anyway, here's my bill. Just wanted to show you guys. So what these guys did, so new tires, they checked alignment, and just like I suspected, they didn't find anything wrong. So tire was what, $875? Yeah, it's pretty expensive tire. And then he gave me $50 credit for one tire. It was pretty bad. And then for a better tire, he gave me $150. You see, so I saved $200. And then of course all these fees, the removal, installation, heavy truck, what is this? Yeah, they charged me $195 to check alignment, and then all these fees, and so I paid $2,278 Canadian, but I'm gonna get back 13% of that, right? Because we'll, in Ontario, we're getting a credit. Well, he gave me this one. So we are getting a credit, actual money back, right? Not just like business expense, but of course I'm gonna claim this as a business expense, but I'm gonna get a refund next month because I'm gonna file my HST sales tax return, and I'm gonna include that. So, oh, and I'm gonna add Uber because I dropped off the truck. It took him like 5 hours, and I said, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here because there's nothing except they have free Wi-Fi and there's a gas station down the road, but we're in the middle of a farm country. And so I took an Uber back to Cambridge, and from here, the 31 kilometers, it cost me basically, I think it was like $45 Canadian. And this morning I took an Uber back, and so I'm gonna add that to the cost of this repair, right? Because it's not, I wasn't just Ubering, cruising in an Uber for fun. It was for business. So now my truck is all warmed up, and I wanted to show you guys some driving, some bobtail fun, but I forgot I left my my rucksack, you know, my backpack in my car, and my cameras are there. So even though I have my headset mount, but I have no cameras. So the only camera I have is the cell phone. So what else was happening? This guy Bob, who drove me here, was a super interesting guy. Like, you know, you always meet some very interesting people when Uber, right? Like this guy, he says he back in I think he said the 90s or something, he owned the biggest real estate office, I think he said Remax, in Toronto. He said he had like 80 people working for him. And then he said he had a bunch of cottages in the north, so of course he's some investments. He's like 72 or 75 years old, and I couldn't help but ask him like the obvious question. I said, just, if you owned the office and you had, you know, looks like, you know, you were a rich guy, why are you driving an Uber? Is it for fun? And he, well, I don't know, maybe he had some bills or something, but you know, it's he says, I have a girlfriend over there, I have a girlfriend in this town. So basically he had a couple of girlfriends. So even after 70, you can have girlfriends, and you can have more than one, because he says he has one in one town, another in another. 72 years old, and he's Ubering in a Dodge Caravan, Nashchile. And so what else is happening is that I found a buyer for my Accordion, and right now the Accordion is with that technician who had his hip broken. And a few days ago he emailed me saying he now feels much better. He can go downstairs into his basement shop, and he can do you know, a real job of tuning, adjusting everything. And so I dropped off the Accordion, I think Saturday, and now he says it's all done, it's all ready, and I found a buyer. I found a guy who lives in Toronto who's willing to pay my price, and of course I had to discount it from compared to what I paid, but you know, I got it in November 21, and so I'm still getting pretty decent money. And so my Italian Dino Buffetti, I'm guessing it's coming sometime in April, and so I think I mentioned that load. Hold on, are we still recording? Yeah, I mentioned that load. The guy had a big demolition excavator dismantled because it would be like 70 tons, you know, but he took off counterweights, the boom, the stick, so it should be like 100,000 pounds, maybe 95, maybe 105, and it's sitting in Virginia. We started talking, and then I wanted to go in my truck, but then I changed my mind because the money I quoted him was not enough, because there's expenses. You know, I look at I have this website, right, where I can go punch in the origin, destination, dimensions of the load, weight, and it tells me approximately that for this particular trip, it's only 600 miles from Chesapeake, Virginia to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and it says, you know, for this kind of a machine, Virginia hardly gives you any weight if you have a 4-axle trailer, a quad, so you need to have either 3+1 or 2+2 in the back, right? Either tandem booster with a tandem trailer or single axle booster with a tridem trailer. Because I've been thinking about this, and so you need to go there with the booster, and the permits would cost $3,500 US. And so I changed my mind. I told the guy, I said, you know what, it's just too many expenses up front, because you know I want to stay closer to home. And so I thought I would go to my court in my car, just go for a joyride, right? You know, like today's Tuesday, so I wanted to leave Wednesday to give me some time, and then be there, you know, Thursday, go to a hotel, and then my court is only in this after lunch on Friday. And then this morning, when I ordered Uber, I was checking my email, and this guy is, you know, willing to pay me a bit more, and to pay me upfront like I asked him to. Well, not everything, but just to help me with you know, permits and escorts, because my permit company charges me weekly. Like if I order today, they will charge me next Monday. But I think I have to, since now it looks like I'm not going in my car, I'll be going in my truck. And so the plan is I need to create a bill of lading and invoice, send it to my customer, and this is a direct shipper, and he will prepay me, he'll give me a cash advance to cover the permits, and then I will order permits today, at least for Virginia, because Virginia can take up to 5 days when it's a super load. And I think I'm gonna go with a Jeep and booster there, and so I know my empty weight will be 74,000, so basically 100,000 pound excavator, so 174 gross, right? And so that's definitely a super load, so it can take a long time. But this guy is not in a rush, so I don't know, shall I order them today, or shall I order them tomorrow? See, like horses on the road, unbelievable. So this is Amish country. People are driving in those buggies. But that's what it looks like, right? Looks like I'll be driving in my truck. And so tomorrow, I don't want to do anything today. It's actually, it's +1. Yesterday was -12 Celsius. I just don't feel doing it. Oh, but wait a second. I wanted to meet the guy with my accordion tomorrow, so maybe I will have to do it today. Yeah, I mean, call the wrecker, and because right now my trailer is a 3-axle trailer. Of course, the easiest way to do it would be to load a single axle booster, which is already assembled, just load it on the trailer, and then load the Jeep on. But these guys are gonna charge me $500, you know. So might as well, since they're charging me anyway for this, and loading the booster in the Jeep will definitely take less than 2 hours, but I'm gonna pay them for 2 hours anyway. I'll probably break apart the trailer and do a tandem, because first off, Baltimore, that truck stop over there, the TA, it's not that big, right? So if I go there with a tandem trailer and then I assemble a tandem booster, you know, I'll ask the wrecker, right, to just take one axle off, slap it on the back of the booster, and load it a tandem booster on the back where my wheels are, and then load the Jeep over and secure everything. And this way it's much easier to drive. You know, I only have 5 axles down on the ground, so you save fuel, and again, it's easier to park, right? I think that's what I'll do, because Virginia, again, I'm thinking like 3+1 on a tri-dem. According to my book, they only give you like, they don't want to even give you 60,000 pounds. They give you like 56,000 pounds, you know. And then on the so if I go 3+1, I know they can give you 60, but then it's like, it can mean more weighting. Whereas if you have a tandem and tandem, I think they give you 44,000. Yeah, that's what this guy, I talked to a friend of mine who lives in Virginia, and he says, yeah, tandem you can get 44,000. So 2 tandems, 44 times 2, 88, right? So if I have a tandem on the truck, 44, tandem Jeep, 44, and 44 and 44 on the back, you know, that's way better. And it's been a while since I drove with a 2+2, so I'll have to dust off my shims, right? Because I have to use the shims with 2+2, otherwise the booster does not work. Cannot transfer the weight. But I like it. I like 2+2, even though it's impossible to back, but the truck turns much better because the wheelbase is shorter, right? 2+2, the turning point is closer to the truck, right? Whereas 3+1, it's further up there. So that's what I'll have to do. So I'll have to change the trailer to 2+2, load everything on the top, and then tomorrow meet the guy, pick up my accordion first. It's in Burlington at the shop of this guy, and then meet my buyer somewhere where I can stop on the side of the road, give him the accordion, pocket the money, and start trucking towards Baltimore, Maryland for my court appearance on Friday. So busy week today, busy week, but the good news is that as soon as I finish with the court, I will have Saturday and Sunday to get down to Chesapeake, Virginia for Monday loading, and I'm back making money, you know. Whereas if I come in my car, right, and it's 500 miles to Baltimore, like the whole week, 2 weeks, I won't make any money. So, oh, there's another horsey over there. Check this out. Anyway, so those are the news. So new tires, the spring is coming, the new accordion is coming. So things are looking up. Take care. Bye. And right now, that's the mileage I have in kilometers. That's all I did since March 2018. 355,916 kilometers. 355,916.